many are poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send me, the homeless, tempest-tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. This is a quote that is inscribed at the base of the Statue of Liberty. It's a poem by Emma Lazarus, and this was a gift from France at the inception of our country.
So before the inception of our country, our land has always been a hope for those fleeing persecution from their home countries. Whether it be threats from their government or gangs, we have always been a light for those that need hope. Recently, it seems that our country has lost that sight.
One of the largest group of immigrating to this country are refugees seeking asylum. To some, this may be considered a problem. However, we think with the right solution, it can have a positive long-term impact.
In 1951, following World War II, to prevent the repetition of the tragic events that fell upon the Jewish people in Nazi Germany, the United Nations adopted the Convention of the Status of Refugees. Under this Immigration Nationality Act, in Title 5, Chapter 2, this qualifies a refugee. Anyone who can reach a safe country will be granted the right to resettlement and effective asylum.
But what is a refugee? According to Article 1 of said convention, a refugee is someone unable to return to their country of origin due to persecution of race, religion, nationality, social, or political opinion. A poem by Michael Wilson sums up what it means to be a refugee. No one puts their children in a boat unless the water is safer than the land. No one burns their palms under trains beneath carriages. No one spends days and nights in the stomach of a truck feeding on newspaper unless the miles traveled means something more than the journey. So these people are all leaving where they came from because they can't be there anymore, and they are coming here seeking asylum, which is covered under this convention.
There's currently a caravan full of 5,000 Hondurans and Guatemalans leaving their countries in hope of finding new life here. Half of these refugees are women and children who have received death threats from gangs or from their government. Ellen Mitchell of The Hill wrote in November of 2018 that the Pentagon is sending 7,000 troops to the border to meet them, and they're to stay there until December 15th.
Conservative estimates suggest that it would cost anywhere from $42 to $110 million, which is $143 per troop. In addition to active military, roughly 2,100 National Guard troops are at the border, which began in April, which is an estimated cost of $182 million.
In order for any immigration plan to be beneficial, there needs to be a permanent solution for these people. We understand that immigration, refugees or not, is a very nuanced issue, and it can't be fixed with one problem. However, we believe that by integrating these people into our society as quickly as possible is a step in the right direction.
Victoria Crawford, a writer for the World Economic Forum, has listed several ways to rapidly introduce refugees into a society. She says countries should both shorten the time it takes to assess asylum, which means when you're assessing asylum, that means you're making sure that they're coming from a place that they can't come back to, that they are actually fleeing a war-torn country or the like. So shorten the time it takes to assess asylum applications and provide early support for those that are most likely to be granted asylum and stay.
As you can see, countries across the world have found short-term solutions to immigration. However, why has our country not used these solutions? We believe that our country can build on these short-term solutions and create long-term solutions. It is America's obligation to integrate migrants into society, and we believe it has been proven economically beneficial.
Without the contribution of immigrants, our economy wouldn't be so robust. According to a February 2018 article of immigration, immigrants account for 17% of our workforce. Unfortunately, some Americans are worried about their jobs and how it will be in danger due to more citizens vying for jobs.
However, a study done in 2016 by the University of Pennsylvania, it shows that a popular view is that immigrants are taking jobs from Americans. However, immigrants increase the supply of labor. They also spend money on homes, food, and TVs, which in return increases the demand for these goods and generates more jobs for the American people to meet these demands.
Filling jobs is something that people worry about, but as she just stated, it's not just about filling jobs, which some of these jobs are jobs that are not taken anyway. Maybe other people are not vying for the jobs. They're not the jobs that you guys talked about of, you know, people are graduating and then they can't find a job. It's lesser skilled jobs. But they're also creating a demand for goods. More people working creates more need for homes, more need for cars, more need for any goods, which creates more need to produce these things. The economic benefits are not the only benefit of accepting people into our country. There's an immeasurable success in creating a community where everyone feels like they can come and thrive here in America.
May 10th, 2016, Crawford from the World Economic Forum published an article that said, "Build on the civil society to integrate humanitarian migrants." By this, she says that it's not only on the government, but it's on us as well to help integrate these immigrants into our society. By doing this, we could set them up with organizations that can help get them homes, food, or jobs. The Austrian Chamber of Commerce also provides language training, skill assessments, and other resources to help these refugees.
Here's how you can help change this. There is a sign-up sheet in the back of the room with the sheet and the pen. This is the email list for an organization called PAIR, Partnership for the Advance and Immersion of Refugees.
This is an organization started right here in Houston at Rice University. It helps refugees in Houston. By adding your name to this email list, you will receive emails about ways you can help. We've reached out to the founder of this organization, and in order to start a chapter here at Lone Star, all we need is 10 emails on that paper. And
this could be something, helping this organization could be something as small as donating clothes that you don't use anymore, that don't fit, that you don't like anymore. By a show of hands, does anyone here speak Spanish? It's a lot of people in a small room. I'm sure they need translators, people to go help them at job fairs. You know, I can't imagine moving somewhere where I don't speak the native language and trying to learn it, so having somebody help you navigate those first really tough months would be just very, very helpful and a huge thing to do for someone who is bilingual. But there's very small things you can do and there's very big things you can do. And this organization is a fantastic organization based out of Houston that can directly help people. And signing up on an email list is about as easy as it gets.
We urge you to take the first step. Thank you.
Thank you.